guys were able to keep their poise and stay focused. Great job finishing the game, 16-4 run to end it. Our defense really stepped up. Levi, Coop, really our whole team made plays down the stretch to be able to get it done. A really odd situation there with Ricky being ejected from the game. Obviously, at the beginning of the game, situation with talking, I think, on the court, and then at the end, inadvertent elbow caused him to miss it. I thought our guys really rallied from that point forward, and really happy for Ricky. He was obviously very emotional when that happened, and then after the game, emotional again. And I think his teammates really stepped up in his absence and did a great job tonight. Really gritty win.
Thanks, Coach. We'll go take questions for the players first. We'll start with Drew. We'll go back.
For Rodney, just kind of walk us through that last play. What did you see? Were you surprised to get such a clean look like that on the rebound?
I know my assistant coaches, they always tell me to crash the glass. And Levi, he did a great job of carrying us down the stretch. And, I just took the ball in.
Levi, there was a multiple in the locker room. Ricky, again, what did you say to him? What did he say to you guys?
I think that whole little stretch, I think it was kind of a delay in game when Ricky left the game, but we just talked about, doing it for each other. One of our brothers, he couldn't be out there with us, so we just wanted to come together and get a win and not do it for ourselves, but do it for the team.
Did you see what happened on the play, the elbow?
I'm not really sure. I just know he was trying to break for the ball and then maybe got tangled up, but I'm really not sure.
Anthony, last 45 minutes, defensive stops really amped up the offense. So coaching matters. Kind of talk about that.
Well, we always talk about our defense creating offense. When Ricky was ejected, I think the very next play, Levi was able to get a steal and go down and get a dunk, and that energized not only our team but the building. I think that kind of fueled us, and the guys did a great job. It's a situation we try to put ourselves in every day in practice in terms of needing to get stops and getting out in transition. We feel like that's where we're at our best. Auburn did a great job tonight, really controlling the tempo, making it a low possession game. It seemed like every possession they got it, they milked the clock down to under 10 seconds before they shot. So they wanted it to be a game played with a limited number of possessions. And they did a great job of that. Give them credit. But our guys were able to make enough plays.
I just wanted to try to be aggressive. Coach was making calls. Justin, he was making calls for me, and my teammates were just they were able to give me, put me in a good situation, and I was just trying to. Really, we just wanted to win. So whatever it took to win, we just wanted to do it together and go out there and just play for each other.
Question on the right. Yeah, for both players, you guys obviously have played against Auburn a lot. Is this the most intense game between you two that you guys have played?
It's hard to recall, all the way back because we're kind of old now. But yeah, this was an intense game. I don't know.
I agree with Levi. Every time we play Auburn, it's always gonna be an intense game. It's an emotional game, and that's why.
That's just how it is. Every time it's a rivalry game, so it's always going to be intense in any sport.
Like it was taken to another level tonight. Do y'all agree with that?
I think it's just the atmosphere. We had a great atmosphere today. And any game that we play is going to be, it's basketball. It's an emotional game. So it's intense. It's physical. So that's just how it was today.
Question for Cecil on the back right. Yeah, for both players. You out here down to about 31 and 29. How much of the emphasis is that going into the game after the last 2 games?
Yeah, that's one of the things we've been trying to emphasize and practicing with each other, the backboard and the glass. So we just talked about it. That's one of the things we need to work on, and we're going to continue to try to improve at it.
I agree with Levi. We emphasize that in practice every day, to rebound the ball. And also, it's like we have a little punishment if we don't block out, so we just try to make sure we ain't. Oh, okay. But yeah, we just made sure we rebound the ball well, because we know it put us in a good position to win.
Do a couple more questions. Start on the
For players, the emotion down the stretch, you spoke about it, the fans and all that, but how are y'all able to respond at that point after the player, after Terrence's ejection? What do you see from Auburn? It looked like it looked a little bit.
Well, we've been in that situation so many times this year, and each time that we're in that situation, we try to learn from it. And I think every time we've been in that situation is a build up to this point, and this point is just going to build up to another situation in the game that we have later on. So we just try to come together, take what we learned from the other games, use it today. We talked about it in the huddle. We need to get stops. We need to get out in transition. We need to stay aggressive and take care of the ball. So everything that happened today, we're going to use that, and we're just going to try to keep getting better.
Could be anything. What do you see from Auburn then?
I know they ran their offense late in the shot clock, then they try to make a play. So we just want to be solid on the defense end and get stops.
Up to Drew, and we'll take one more question after Drew.
I guess for Rodney, what did you see out of Levi this last week? It really seemed like he was taking over. How much of a lift was that for you guys?
It was a big lift. I mean, Levi, we both like upperclassmen, so we just wanted to make plays for the team, and we know they look up to us, and like we just wanted to be them leaders on and off the court.
Let's do one more question for the players.
Justin played a lot of big minutes down the stretch for Ricky Randolph. What did you guys see?
I think that's the thing about our team, where we have depth. The positions are interchangeable. Justin had a big game last game. So each game he's going with more and more confidence. His experience, he's gaining experience, and like I said, every game we try to improve, and everything that's led up to this day, it was Justin's time. He came in and he was a big role for us today in the win.
You guys are good, thank you. So take question for Coach Grant from Michael.
What did the officials say to you after the second technical foul? Exactly what was the thing behind it?
It was a flagrant, I think he called it a flagrant one. We initially thought it was just a common foul, going to be his fourth foul. They conferred after and told me that because it was a technical at the beginning of the game, and that, I guess, because it was a dead ball, I think they originally called a foul on one of Auburn's players. And then after that, went and looked at the monitor and saw the inadvertent elbow. So it was a dead ball flagrant, which ended up making it a technical. I think it's very rare that happens, but unfortunately for us, that disqualified Ricky from the game. So they just explained the situation.
How was he in the locker room after the game?
He was good. He was good. Obviously, it's a tough situation there, because I'm sure that his first reaction was that he let his team down. So just happy that our guys were able to rally for him, and it's a learning lesson for him. Obviously, it's his first game in the rivalry, so a great learning lesson for him, and hopefully we'll grow from that, and he'll be better for it.
I'm just curious, how do you handle playing Auburn? Do you treat it as just another game, or is it Alabama-Auburn, like fans get into?
Well, it's our second game in less than 48 hours, so we don't really have a lot of time to think about anything other than getting prepared for the game and trying to get a win. We've got another one here on Tuesday, so 3 games in 6 days. We just don't have that luxury right now, but certainly anytime our teams get together, it's always going to be a lot of emotion in the building, and I think that proved out today.
Coach, how ironic is it that you lost the game on offensive rebound and the Arkansas basically win the game on offensive rebound?
That's basketball, That's basketball, and we're fortunate to be on the right side of it this time.
Coach, you lost a couple of close games, just on the road. How is this affecting the team mentally as far as a lift?
Well, we've had a couple of tough losses here in the last week. One possession games that we feel like we could have won had we done maybe a few things better. So as always, in wins and losses, we just try to get better. I think we've got a resilient team, a mature team, and understanding that it's never as good as it seems. It's never as bad as it seems sometimes. So you just have to stay the course. It's a long season. We've got what are we? 6 games in. We got 12 more games to go in this league. It's a very competitive league. Every night, it's a dogfight. It's a dogfight. We got really good teams in this league. So we just got to be prepared to put our best foot forward every time we step in between those lines.
Levi,
last year, to sort of lift you out of that? Is that just something you took on yourself, or is it something that changed the offense?
No, I think you're right. I think we really couldn't find a rhythm tonight. And give Auburn credit for that. I think they had a lot to do with that. Like I said, if they made it a possession game, we struggled to get any flow and continuity offensively. And sometimes that can affect your energy. So the thing we challenged them is we had to get our energy where it needed to be in order for us to have a chance to win the game. And, like Levi said, I think we've been in this situation before in terms of, having to get stops and having to stay connected in terms of our mentality. And we did that. I don't think there's really anything special we did from an offensive standpoint that changed. Tonight it was Levi taking advantage of the opportunities that presented itself. And I thought he did a great job of that, and his teammates did a great job of lifting him up as well.
About Levi's performance, even in the Arkansas game, he really stepped up late and was more aggressive. Why hasn't he been maybe as aggressive maybe the first 20, 30 minutes of the game?
It's always going to be a team game. Levi's a team player. Levi's focus is on winning basketball games. And you don't go alone in this game and expect to be successful. There's four other guys out there on the court with him. There's 5 other guys out there defending our team. So we got to play as a team. It's never going to be about an individual.
Just a couple more questions, Coach. How much is Bruce coming into this rivalry raising the level of intensity of the rivalry?
I mean, Auburn, Alabama, I've been here. This is my 6th year. It's an intense rivalry. It's as intense as any I've ever been around. So I think it'll always be that way.
Do one more question, Coach. Anything else?
Coach, there was a stretch you guys got a shot clock violation. When you forced them to have a 20-minute shot clock violation, you were really emotional at that point. Was that a turning point or another?
Just trying to win the game. It was a big stop for us. We needed to get stops to. They had to lead. So if we don't get stops, it's probably tough to win. So